In this section, we're going to go over global mins and maxes, and we're going to look at them from the point of view of graphs. Alright, so we've talked about mins and maxes before, but when we were talking about them, we were always putting the word relative in front of it. So we were always speaking of peaks and troughs and things like that. And we know it was related to when the derivative was equal to 0. Okay? And we can see this here in the graph, that the derivative is obviously equal to 0 at 2 points. One at the peak and then one at the trough. Right? It has one peak and one trough. But now the question is, where is the function maximum completely over its whole domain? Over every possible x you could plug in, which one gives you the highest value? Or which one gives you the smallest value? And so you see the question is a little different, because in this function that I have drawn here, there is no global max, because the way I've drawn it is it keeps going up and up forever. On the other hand, well, or similarly, there's no global min either, because if you go to the left, the function just keeps going down, down. So there's no global min and max for this function the way I have it drawn. So how can you speak of global mins and maxes if sometimes functions don't even have them? And well, the point is, you can talk about them if you're in a closed domain. Okay? So let's look at, for example, let's just magnify this part of the function right here. Here we go. So let's go over here and let's just quickly draw that part of the function. So we just have this. There we are. Oops. So we have, there we go. So just from here to here. Alright? So I've just sort of zoomed in to that part of the function. Alright. And what you'll notice is now there definitely is a max and there definitely is a min. Where are they? Well, the max is right here. Whoops, right here. You see, whatever that y value is. And then, this is the max. It's just the highest y value. And then the min is right here. And now let's look at this carefully. So, the maximum occurred where? It occurred at the peak. It occurred at a relative maximum. On the other hand, the minimum occurred not at a trough, but at one of the endpoints, on this left endpoint here. So you see, once you've restricted the function to a closed interval, you see this interval right here. See, I'm including the endpoints. So from here, well, let's make it a different color actually. It's more visible. So from here to here. And you see you include the endpoints. Then the global max can be located in one of two places, either at a relative min or max, or the relative max can be the global mins and maxes can be located either at relative mins or maxes or the endpoints. Okay? Let's just make sure that that statement is going to hold up. Let's go zoom into another part of the function. Let's say this one right here. Alright. So let's draw that part of the graph. Actually, since I'm only on the right side, there we are. So it looks like we just have this piece, right here. Okay, so it stops up here and down here. And now let's see, where's the min and where's the max? The absolute maximum and the absolute minimum. Well, the absolute maximum is right here. There's the max. It's that y value. And the min is actually located here. There's the min. Alright? And so you see, yet again, the absolute, or rather the global min and max, you see it's global over this interval. See, between all the numbers within these purple lines. The global min is located at a trough, okay, at the relative min. You see the derivative is 0 here at this bottom line. But on the top line, derivative is obviously positive because the slope of the function there seems to be positive. But the global max is located at the right endpoint here. Okay, so yet again, the global mins and maxes are located either at relative mins or maxes or the endpoints. Alright, and here's one more case. Just to drive the point home, let's just look at this little region right here. And you'll notice it's not going to be too much to draw since it's just such a small region. So what you'll notice here in this third picture that I'm drawing, that the global mins and maxes are located not at, there are no peaks and troughs, there are no places inside this interval where the function has a derivative being 0. Okay, so there are no relative mins and maxes, no peaks and troughs inside this purple interval. So whenever I draw those purple intervals, I really mean all the points just in between. Okay? So in that purple interval, there are no peaks and troughs in this picture. And so where are the global mins and maxes located? Right here at the endpoints. At the left endpoint, we have the max, and at the right endpoint, we have a min. Oops. Okay. Well, both of those m's looks the same, but you get the idea. All right. So the point is, global mins and maxes are located either at relative mins or maxes or the endpoint.